Yeah. So I had a few private equity meetings this morning throughout the day. We also met with a fund management company who are pitching to us to see if they can actually raise a fund for us, several hundred million to fund the pipeline. So that was an initial, just an initial conversation. Quite interesting to see how they're thinking about the space and get a bit of an understanding as to who their investor base are. Following that, I've just been perched in a coffee shop, had a few back-to-back calls, marketing calls, fundraise calls, and a few little fires to put out as well. We had a little bit of a concern that the way the fundraise was going for London Bridge was that we were trying to be a little bit too general and appeal to too many people, and in the process not really get our target investor. So I had a quick call with the seniors over there involved and said, look, can we just tweak the strategy a little bit? I realised we're going to limit the number of people who we're going to appeal to, but we then stand the chance of getting our actual investor, because it's very important to note that when we're dealing with specialists and agents and fundraisers, they do what they do, yes of course, but we always remain the entrepreneurs in the process, and it's very important to direct to make sure we're getting the outcome we need. So prior to us kind of having this call just now, the approach was, keep the returns looking as strong as possible, keep the risk level looking as low as possible, but in which process we erode the level of profitability in the project. We make it unrealistic in terms of timing, because by the time the risk levels have come down to a more broadly acceptable level, too much time has elapsed. And of course, if the returns are strong and the risk is low, who's that not going to appeal to, right? Whereas it's not going to work for us. What we care about is getting an investor who's willing to take that little bit more of a risk, come in a little bit earlier, and then obviously get a strong return as well. So that of course means that we'll limit our market and more people from our investor list will drop off sooner. But the name of the game is to get the outcome that we're after. So that was a very important conversation to have earlier. I've got my end of the year dinner with all my friends tonight at the Larder. I've hired it just for me and my friends before I head off for the rest of the year. So it's a final goodbye until February, I think. Can't wait to get it going and see how that evening unfolds. Yeah! Josh used to be part of the Spaces team before he abandoned us. It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, and you do, always.
So, Gail released a book last week, and it is now #1 on the Amazon bestseller list.
Yes.
For business and leadership books. Outperforming Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, Gary Vaynerchuk, Tim Ferriss, Simon Sinek, and all the rest of them. Yes. Right, so just smashed out a few little bits at home quickly, gonna jet across to the office. A few bits of paperwork to tie up, and I'm gonna have a little bit of a briefing with Harriet for the game plan whilst I'm away. Tomorrow's gonna be a pretty busy day, so probably won't have enough time to smash through all the little bits that I need to do with her. So yeah, just heading in now, man. Morning, morning, morning. Well, it is Wednesday and it is my last day in London for this year. It is business as usual and increased pace. Got multiple investor meetings today. More venture capital intros are rolling through from various contacts who are getting me moving along in the fundraise. So the momentum is at an all-time high. This time tomorrow, I will be well on my way to LA, and I'll be partying Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night for one of my buddies' stag do's. So lots to do. Let's get the day cracking. Zaf has just given me a gift.
3 gifts.
3 gifts.
Nice. Yeah. Well, a selection of clothes for a suitably Indian Sangeet. Or for those non-acquainted with the methodology or terminology, such as this guy, it's kind of like the final dance and fun party that the guys and the girls get together before a wedding.
Before the wedding?
Before the wedding.
Oh, so everyone's going to be a bit naughty, are they?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. All right. So Zaffa's selected a bunch of these things which have just arrived. I might just go for the rest of the day as an Indian.
Hello, my name is Shazvinda.
At the Sangeet, I have to party. That is like a big dance party, so I just need to practice to see what the dance moves look like whilst wearing this. What do you think?